So, welcome to Narnia. We have a Narnian prayer space set up here in Peterborough Cathedral today for a clergy day for the Peterborough diocese. The aim of today is that we would showcase a prayer space that could be taken as a starter kit into schools. We have put together 6 prayer stations, all focused on the story of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And the aim is then that the clergy will come and experience it for themselves, live it, understand it, and then we would then support them to take that into their local schools. So I'm just going to show you around and show you which all the prayer spaces are. So we start at the wardrobe door. This is just a shower curtain that has just been sewn in, and the gazebo here. We start at the door because Jesus said that I am the way. So the first bit that we would encourage the children to do is to walk through and think about the fact that God can be found in a place, and that maybe going into a new place to discover who God is, going into a prayer space even to discover who God is. And so as they walk through the wardrobe door, they're kind of getting into a place of expectation of what they're going to experience as they come into the prayer space. So we will go. So the first station that we have here is the lamppost. This is where Lucy and Mr. Tumnus first met, and symbolically it's the light that Jesus is the very centre of this new world that the children have entered into. And so the first station that we have here is that Jesus said that he was a light in the darkness. So what does it mean for there to be light in darkness? Where light shines, darkness can no longer be. So what the children have been asked to do is to cut their own snowflake out. So we give them the instructions here, and they cut their own snowflake, and then they think about the good things that they see around them, where the light is shining in their community, be thankful for it, write it onto the snowflake, and then pin it up on the net so it looks like the snow is falling down. Okay, then we're going to head over to the beaver farm. So Mr. and Mrs. Beaver showed hospitality to the children, so this tent is thinking about how we can be hospitable to other people, how important that is in our community, with our friends. And so in this prayer space, the children get to make a little bread dough out of salt dough that we've made. They then think about someone who's a friend to them, or they'd like to become a friend, write their name on the bread and put it on the baking tray. They can then take that home and bake it at home, and they can think about that person and how they can show hospitality over the next period of time for that person. So the next prayer station is the witch's sleigh. This is thinking about sorry prayers and forgiveness, using the fizzy forgiveness idea on the prayer space and school's website, but just adapting it for the story. What we've done is we've taken sugar cubes to represent the Turkish delight, and the children will take it thinking about something they feel sorry for. Maybe they want to ask God to forgive them or to forgive others, and as they place it in the water, they can watch the sugar dissolve and think about how that thing is forgotten and forgiven. Then we move on to Father Christmas. In this space here, Father Christmas turns up in Narnia, and with it he brings gifts, and he's generous, sharing with the children. So in this, we're thinking about who we are, what have we got to share with the world. And so we have a mirror here, which is made to look like a stream, and we'd ask the children to sit and look at themselves. So this is like the mirror activity. So they sit and look at themselves, and they think about what kind of gifts and talents have I been given that I could share with other people. We could also adapt this, and for the children we might get them to write a Christmas card to someone, promising to help them using some gifts that they've got. But essentially it's just a time of reflection around the river, thinking about themselves and what God's given them, what gives them talents. Then we move on to the Royal Aslan Pen. Now this is one of my favourites because Aslan has been maybe a wonderful artist that attends one of our churches in Northampton, and she has made this lovely, lovely Aslan. And this station is about thinking about God with us, how Jesus came to be with us, Emmanuel. And in the story, some of you might know, that Aslan let the children put their fingers through his mane. And this whole idea that God came to be with us, to share with the children that promise that Aslan brought, that I'm here with you in the midst of it all. And so the children can sit here and think about that, about God being with us, and about him being a gift to the world, especially at Christmas. And so what they're going to do is we've got some presents that they then colour in. As they colour in, they're thinking about Jesus being a gift to us in the world. And then they can take the present, and we've got a manger that we've said that they can lay in the manger all around to symbolise thank you for coming to be with us in our world. And then the final place we're going to is in this chapel here, which is the stone table. In this one, we're thinking about the idea of a broken world and all the things that the children deal with in terms of the hurt and the brokenness in the world. And what better place to do it than a stone table, because Jesus says, I've come that I've overcome the world. So here what we've got is wallpaper, stone-looking wallpaper, and we get the children to take pens and we just get them to write down all the things that they want to see overcome. They want things healed, things which are broken, the dark things of the world, how they want God to move, if they want to use it as a prayer or they just want to put down as a statement, these kind of things I want to see changed, and cover the stone tables with their prayers or their thoughts. And that concludes our 6 stations for the Narnia prayer space here in Peterborough Cathedral.